I can turn back the end of time, but I can't. That's what I'm saying. It just caught up to me, so it is what it is, man. We just gonna keep pushing, man.
Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. But here we have another crazy story, AL Rap. Everybody know AL Rap is locked up right now. He's still trying to get out. He might be free soon. Imagine that. Imagine AL Rap back out here on these streets. That'd be crazy if you think about it.
You on the show, but also want to get your story, as well.
Absolutely.
So, from my understanding, you said that you did 7 years.
Yeah, I did 7 years in the FEDS. I did 2 in FDC, of course, sitting and fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did 2 out West Virginia. And my last 3 in Philly, 2 in West Virginia.
Okay.
And my last 2 out Fort Dix.
Okay.
You did.
So this right here you go. You have AL Rap. AL Rap is one of AL Rap's little brothers. Youngest brother at that. Imagine that. Imagine being AL Rap's brother. Don't forget, AL Rap said he's been in the streets. He went from the womb straight to the streets. Imagine that. AL Rap said he went to the streets since he started crawling. Imagine that. I'm just joking. That's it. But either way, AL Rap, he's trying to get out. I'm sure he's going to be free. His brother's going to tell an unbelievable story. Unbelievable story if you think about it.
7 years. This was a part of the indictment that your brother went down on. And...
Yeah, we on the same case.
Okay.
Yeah.
And ultimately, what were your charges that you was facing?
It was the whole conspiracy. I got caught up in a conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But mainly, I actually just got locked up for being an brother. They just wanted me to snitch. But in the middle.
Imagine that. What type of life is that, being AL Rap's brother, I have to admit? AL Rap probably mess around and he's just up all night talking. Imagine that. Imagine AL Rap just being up all night talking about nonsense. I mean, I have a feeling that's the type of person AL Rap is. He has a gift of blabber. He can't stop talking.
That, they ran in my spot and found 21 pounds and a pistol and some money.
What?
Tied me up and all of that. Yeah.
AL Rap said the feds ran in his house. Pistol was found. And illegal substance was found. Imagine that. Philadelphia is one of those cities, brotherly love. Whole lot of Muslim individuals. But these ain't regular Muslim individuals. These are drug-selling Muslims. Imagine that. Imagine being a drug-selling, firearm Muslim. I'm just talking, that's it. To each his own. I'm just talking.
The feds ran in your spot.
Imagine that.
Wow. Was you in there? Was you there?
Yeah, I was there. I was there with my wife and my kids.
Okay.
Yeah. They come kicking in the joint.
What time of day? Was it nighttime, daytime?
They come like 5 o'clock in the morning.
AL Rap, he had a wife. They said AL Rap, once he received that 45 years, his wife ran away from him so fast. Imagine that. I mean, you know what? I said it before. Waiting for somebody for 44 years, that's so long. Imagine that. Imagine if I decided to wait for somebody for 44 years right now. How old would I be? I might mess around and be one of the oldest individuals on the earth. Imagine being one of the oldest individuals on the earth.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that when they come kicking in the spot, I just remind you, I just had a daughter. My daughter was 7 days old.
Okay.
And my son was like 10 months old.
Okay.
You feel me? So they come up and I said, oh, listen, I got some babies in.
Imagine that. Don't forget, check out my past videos if you don't believe me. Imagine having a father as a criminal father. A lot of these individuals, they say, you know what? There's nothing wrong with being a criminal father. But I have to admit, you mess around and have a criminal father. You mess around and get your door kicked in late night. Imagine that. Daddy, where's the milk? Instead of trying to get the milk, Daddy's getting arrested. Imagine that. Daddy, where's the milk?
Yeah, I got to go back downstairs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna wake my babies up.
Okay.
So they ain't come kicking. Ain't really nothing you can do.
So hold on, they just boom, or they just knocked on the door and said open up.
No, they bust in. They bust in because
Imagine that. These individuals don't have the decency to knock first. Hey, is it okay if we come in? Be a proper raid. Imagine that. You gotta scare these back. You gotta scare these guys. You gotta make them say, "Oh!" You gotta make them jump out that bed. I'm just talking. That's it.
I got the security door.
Okay.
They break through that with the crowbar and just kick in the door.
Yeah, this was a warrant for arrest. They want a body warrant.
Yeah,
They in there on all dog shit.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So this was at 5 a.m.
Okay.
Wow. And you was asleep?
I was asleep. Me and my wife was laid up.
Imagine
And
that.
they come kicking in that joint. You feel me? But I'm so used to that, unfortunately, dealing with my brothers.
So here's an unbelievable story. Arab, little brother, say he's so used to his dog getting kicked in because, don't forget, Meek Moss, that's his brother, Arab. They say those are the two of the most grimiest individuals out of Philadelphia. I'm just talking, that's it. I just made that up. Imagine that. Imagine just making something up. Entertainment purposes, that's it. But Meek Moss, he think that he's, go check him out. He's an interesting individual. Arab, he's more of a talker. Meek Moss, he's more for, how can I describe Meek Moss? He's more serious. But he don't want to go back to jail. He don't want to do that time what Arab is doing. He really don't. Let's get back to it though. Imagine being Arab's brother. Every other month, your door getting kicked in. If not, some type of, let's get back to it. I'm just talking, that's it.
That shit like a walk in the park. It's like a Sunday morning.
Okay.
'Cause I've been getting my crib kicked in since forever.
Okay.
Dealing with them. I remember as a kid, me waking up at 357s, them looking for Mars, so them looking for Ab. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, you served 7 years. The case is basically over. So, but I want to say this too. I didn't get an opportunity to say this to you before we started. You can say what you want to say, leave out what you want to leave out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you a question. Was it?
So when you get a chance, go check out this podcast. It's called Tales from Jail. Imagine that. These individuals in jail, from jail, all they have is stories. They have no property. A lot of them don't have any girlfriends. Imagine not having a girlfriend. I'm just talking that shit. But they do have stories, though. So go check it out when you get a chance. Tales from Jail, these criminals. So it's fair to say this podcast is going to have no shortage of interviewers. People who want to do interviews talking about their criminal crimes. Philadelphia used to be a place of brotherly love. Now it's just a place of brotherly violence. Imagine that. You can't be a real brother if you don't fight against each other.
Real point. I know y'all got indicted. This is what,
Okay.
in Philly, ARAB, OBH was big as ever. Also was spreading out
Okay.
all over the United
Canada,
States, everywhere.
UK.
So
Okay.
not only was y'all big in the city of Philadelphia, not on duty, but y'all was like, everywhere.
Yeah.
Was it ever a
Worldwide
point y'all
criminals.
thought that the feds was on y'all? Did y'all ever think that was?
Imagine that.
Watching y'all.
Imagine that. Worldwide criminals. ARAB, we want to expand it. OBH here. But either way, the feds got them. How you know when the feds is on you? This is how you know when the feds is on you. First thing how you know is when you start participating in criminal activities. Once you start participating in criminal activities, the feds are gonna know. That's the first thing. The second thing is when you indulge in crimes with other individuals. Somebody's gonna pillow talk. Imagine that. You know what I did today? I made some fast money. Imagine making fast money.
Or
This is what I will say.
Okay.
They come taking phones and stuff like that, like maybe 6 months in advance.
Okay.
And that's when you know, like, all right.
they took phones from where?
They'll be pulling random artists over.
They taking their phone, let them go and let me get their phone.
Criminals.
Yeah, I would be one of them too.
So was this the feds pull you over or regular squad cars?
You would think it's regular squad cars, but it'd be the feds. They send the regular squad
Yeah,
cars.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they pull my cousin Kazi over and take some money from him.
Okay.
Or, you know what I'm saying? And it'd be maybe like some juice or something like that in the car. And they just let him go. Take his phone.
Imagine that. These criminals, they never learn from anything. Only thing these criminals now do is commit criminal activities. Ever since way back, these individuals knew they're not supposed to commit crimes using their cell phones. That's how you know these individuals are not real criminals. They're just pretenders. Imagine being a pretender criminal. These individuals participate in crimes and use their cell phones at the same time because they're so lazy. They don't want to write a letter. Imagine that. They don't want to write a letter. They want to get that message to the person real fast. So they get on the phone. They do text messaging. They even talk about crimes. Imagine that. On the phone. Don't forget, these criminals, they're not smart. I've never met a smart criminal yet. Imagine never meeting a smart criminal yet.
We had a lounge down on 25th and I say Lehigh. It was one of them Cambria ones. I always get them mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
And they run in there taking dudes' phones and stuff like that.
Just taking phones.
But, you know, in hindsight, with the information that I have now, is like...
Criminals.
Yeah, answer that.
202?
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo. Yo,
What's up, man?
We got the original block hustler, AR Rap, calling them from behind the bars. Imagine that. His brother's so happy. He's glad he could hear his brother. Imagine that. Could have been worse. AR Rap could not been here anymore. Imagine that. Some brothers are no longer here. Either way, AR Rap, he's calling them from jail. And if you know AR Rap, he's guaranteed to tell something incriminating about him. Imagine that. He didn't talk about a crime, I'm quite sure.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Wa alaikum salam, Slabber Catcher.
It's Tawfiq, man. Listen, man, it's a crazy thing I want to say. Yesterday, man, first I want to say, man, glad we got you on the show. Glad you can call in.
Okay.
But yesterday, man, it's a crazy scenario, man. I was just leaving the post office, dropping off a letter to you in the mail. And Dev hit me up with your brother Amir on the line.
Okay.
And they was like, yo, we trying to get him on the show because the book coming out.
Criminals.
So I'm like, yo, I just sent a letter in the mail to him, man.
Criminals.
I got my book, my first urban novel coming out, man.
Yeah.
Criminals.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate it, man.
No problem, man.
Criminals.
So now that I got you on the phone, because I got my counterpart, Brahim Jackson. He did 21 years in the feds.
What?
And and we got a podcast. Our podcast is called.
Imagine that. 21 years in the feds. That's so long, I have to admit. They say you need to do at least 20 years in the feds in order to change your life. Is that the truth? You know what? It could be 15 or 16. Imagine that. Or 17. So that's what's going on. If you like this video, check out my other one. AR Rap is going to tell an unbelievable story. Why he locked up and why he shouldn't be locked up. And he's going to talk about all the crimes he used to participate in. And he never got caught up. A lot of people say, you know what? He didn't get caught up with those crimes. Which is good. Because at least he got an exit date now. Imagine that. Even though it's 45 years, it could have been worse. He could have been like Skinny Me. Imagine Skinny Me. Skinny Me said, I ain't never getting out. I'm trapped in here forever just like my brother. Imagine that. These notorious trigger pullers from Philadelphia. Check out part 2 of this video if you like part 1. They say crime don't pay, but I see them do it. I see them do it though. Unbelievable. Think about it. Imagine that. AR Rap's coming out with a book. Mess around, read that book. AR Rap's going to incriminate himself even more. Probably give him another 44 on top of that 44. Or 45 on top of that 45. Imagine that. Imagine getting 90. I mean, 90? Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe button. Here we have another crazy story. Lil Durk. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. There's a good chance, hopefully not. It'll be a terrible thing, it really would be. There's a good chance, they said Lil Durk could become the new modern day Hoover. Larry at that. Hopefully not. But unfortunately, they're both basically locked up for similar reasons. Imagine that. They're both from Chicago. They were both respected and I believe feared at the same time from that city of Chicago. And they were both somewhat well off financially from that city. But it's one of those things right there, though. They said either way, they said Lil Durk, he's in a bad situation right now. So I was watching a video about Lil Durk, and I went in the comment section, and this is what I saw in the comment section. I said, wow, imagine that. So when I was checking out the comment section, somebody said, you know what, Lil Durk, he had a good career. He was a family man. And he was, he had a, special lady in his life. But what he also had in his life was those individuals from the streets. He called them the guys. Probably messed around and called some of them his homies. Right now, they might be his worst nightmare. Imagine that. Everybody's trying to get out. But either way, they said Lil Durk, he lost in court today. He tried to separate his case from the fellow other criminals. But they said, nope, Mr. Banks, you all going down together. Imagine that. They said Lil Durk, he's trying to abandon the ship. Even though he's the captain, that's so disrespectful. Imagine that. Imagine the captain trying to abandon the ship. So the judge said, no, Mr. Banks, you might gonna have to go around and be the brand new modern day Hoover. Larry at that. They said Larry's still there right now. He's almost 80. If he's not 80 already, he's in his 80s. Close enough to it. It's fair to say when Lil Durk, let's not get into it, but when he's in his 80s, I'm sure he'll still be remembered. Don't forget, he's a legend right now. Don't forget these individuals from Chicago, believe it or not a lot of them, a whole lot of them do. Idolize criminals for whatever reason. They look up to them. They're the men in their neighborhoods. He's not a criminal. He's not the man. Let's get that. Makes it even worse. If you're not making any money, imagine that. Who is he? So that's what's going on right now. Going down as a legend. They said Lil Durk, they're going to use his lyrics against him. I have no idea why he wants to talk about crimes and put it in his songs. That's one of the craziest things in the world. But at the same time, he's a drill rapper. They said drill rappers, you can't be a real drill rapper if you don't participate in the crime that you're rapping about. Imagine that. So you have to be a crash out dummy to be a real drill rapper. It's a terrible thing. You can't make things up. Imagine making things up. So that's what's going on right now, but you never know. He might not be the new Larry. He might make it out. Imagine that. And change his life and become a better man. I don't know. But one thing I do know is they say they got him on no bail. Mess around. Let me not say that. But either way, that's what's going on, Lil Durk right now. They say he had it all. He had the luxury to go anywhere he wanted in the world. Imagine traveling the world. They say he was living better than others. Now he messed around and traded all in for a regular McDonald's job. Imagine that, or Wendy's. Imagine doing both of them. They say you can't do both. I wonder why he can't work McDonald's and Wendy's at the same time. I don't know. I have to look into that. But let's get back to the voice of the streets. Who's going to replace Lil Durk from out of Chicago? I don't know. One thing I do know, Lil Durk, he went from being a celebrity to now he's just a number. Inmate 125-267-102-2514-321. Imagine that. How's he gonna be able to remember his number? I don't know. I mean, as time goes by, you learn, I guess. Inmate 145. I can't remember. Imagine that. So that's what's going on, Mr. Banks right now. He had it all, great career. He decided to trade it all in for a number, cell number. Number. They say he can only make phone calls once a month. Is that the truth? Most likely. They say he chose the streets over his family. Is that the truth? Most likely. Very rarely do individuals not choose the streets. They say the streets is where it's at. Until you go to jail for so long. Don't forget, you need to go for at least... You really need to go for at least 20 to learn the right way. You mess around and get 15 and still don't learn. Imagine that. Imagine messing around getting 15 and still don't learn. And that extra 5 would have made you a better person. So that's what's going on, Mr. Banks. If you like this video, check out my next one. They say crime don't pay, but I see them do it. I see them do it. Imagine that. Will Lil Durk really become the new modern day Hoover? I don't know. I'm talking about Larry, though.
Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit like and the subscribe button. Here we have another crazy story. Is that the truth? Is that really the truth, or is it made up? They said a man's... Well, they didn't say it. I personally think me talking F-Service TV, imagine that. They said a man's peak age might be 30 years old. Imagine that. Imagine a man's peak age. Don't forget, I heard also a person, especially a male, start getting a full understanding of life at the age of 26 years old. So let me get this right. So from between the age of 26 years old to 30 years old, that's it. Imagine that. 4 years, that's it. Is that the truth? I don't know. It might be, though. Let's go back as a man. If you never got a chance to make it to see 30 years old before, don't forget a whole lot of these individuals never got a chance to see 30 years old before. Especially these, a whole lot of individuals for whatever reason. It could be many different scenarios. Imagine that. It's a terrible thing. Say, for example, Chicago, a whole lot of these individuals in Chicago, they said, not just Chicago. Let's get back to the point. Let's focus. Is 30 years old the age where a man is at his peak? I believe so. Because it's not 40. And I don't believe it's 50. I don't believe it's 60 either. For example, being 30 years old as a man, you can't do what you used to do when you was, say, for example, 20 years old. you could do it, but it comes with a little more effort. Just not the same. And they say if you get a chance to be 40 years old, what you had the luxury to do at 30, it's a little different once you turn 40. I haven't heard if you mess around and you go from 40, things you do, same things you do when you're 40 to your 50s, it's so much effort, more effort. So it's fair to say from 50 to 60, it's definitely more effort. And being a 60-year-old man, any man being 60 years old is gonna say, man, I'm a 60-year-old man. Things are different now for certain. So I'm trying to figure out, well, that's what I'm saying. I think 30 years old, a man being 30 years old, he's at his peak. And from 0 to 30, straight uphill. From 30 to 100, it's straight downhill. Imagine that. You don't want to mess around, be 85 years old. That's straight fast downhill. Imagine me straight fast downhill. You can't do anything about it. One of those things, though. But let's get back to it. I believe a man is at his peak at 30 years old. At 30 years old, it's straight downhill. Many different ways, shape, and forms. Being in your 20s, you mess around and be in a good relationship. And once you're in your 30s and your 40s, it's different now. Imagine that. I have to admit, things could get better financially. But everything else, I mean, if you're focusing on yourself, of course, things should be greater. You can have a family. Like I said, make more money, travel the world, do all these great stuff. But are you going downhill physically? I'm talking about physical, the physical aspect of it. Imagine that. I believe so. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think a man is at his peak at 30 years old and after that straight downhill? We're talking about physically. We're not talking about emotionally. But I have to admit, you do become wiser when you get older. Imagine becoming wiser when you're older, but you're not as mobile. You know what I mean. Do you have the luxury of jumping off your bed and doing 100 push-ups? In your 30s, like you were in your 20s, or even 10 years before that, in your teenage years? I don't know. Maybe. Most likely not. Imagine that. Imagine being at your peak at 30 years old as a man. After that, it's straight downhill. Physically, mentally, financially, you're better off though. Imagine that. Well, mentally and financially being better off with health. Is that, I mean, imagine that. Which one's better? Mentally wiser, more financially stable, but more physically inactive. Imagine that. I don't know. Either way, if you like this one, check out my other one. FEDS TV.